is well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we're starting a new series looking at our intuitive senses. So we'll give just a minute or so to join. So thank you so much for joining today. If you're watching the replay, we usually dive in about the kind of 4 or 5 minute mark. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jennifer Main. I am a transformational guide. I am an initiator. I help people step up and step into their highest potential, initiating them into new ways of being. And this meditation series and the few series that I've done over the last few weeks is a part of that. My hope has been that people will start to develop a more regular meditation practice and not just kind of a 10 minutes here and there, but kind of 45 minutes and more, where they're really allowing themselves to go within, to gain insight and clarity, and to have some really deep healing. So as we go through the meditation and the breathing today, I do healing throughout, so I'm tuning into the group. So whatever you are ready to release, whatever you're ready to have healed, can happen for you if you allow it. It's up to you allowing it. You've got your own free will. So hopefully that works for you. Good morning, Tracy and Kirsty and Liz and Emily, Sarah and Mags. Thank y'all so much for being here. Yes, so I was saying today is day 1 of a 3-day series, and we're going to be looking at the intuitive senses. So I've chosen sight, hearing, and feeling for what we're going to look at the next few days. Obviously, we could do more, and we may do some more at another point, but those were the big ones that I find people ask about over and over and over again, that they want some healing on, that they want some understanding of. So that's why I've chosen to do these. Morning, Elsa and Ritia. Nice to see you too, energetically. Morning, Caroline. Yes. So I'll just really briefly, I'll tell you a little bit about my background and why I teach this stuff. And because I'm sure it always resonates with people. They always hear something that they go, oh, I recognize that. So when I was young, when I was a little girl, I was the one who could see all the weird stuff that other people couldn't see, and could feel everybody else's feelings, and knew things that were going on beyond the physical. And I certainly didn't have the vocabulary to deal with it. I didn't know how to talk about it. I think what I did was I spent a lot of time rationalizing it away and thinking I just had an overactive imagination. And then as I got older and started to understand more about the energetic world and intuitive senses, it kind of clicked that, oh, actually, I'm just intuitive. I'm very psychic, and I'm able to understand this stuff and tune into it really easily. And so once I started to understand that, my life changed. Loads changed for me physically. I used to have really horrible migraines. And once I dealt with a lot of my intuitive stuff and my resistance to being intuitive, the migraines went. It changed lots kind of within my physical body as well. Changed the way I related to people, the way I connected with people, and also helped me to understand why. I live in Edinburgh, which is very psychically dense. There's a lot of layers of stuff that have happened here, and the land really holds it. So I started to understand why there were certain streets I would just kind of naturally avoid, areas that I just didn't really want to go to. And it's because I could feel and see things that had happened before. So for me, doing healing and work around intuition and these senses is massive, and it is life-changing. It will change your life when you really start to understand this stuff and when you stop fighting it. Because the reality is that everyone is psychic. Everyone is intuitive. We are energy. We are meant to connect with and commune with and understand the energy that's around us. We're not meant to be these little bubbles in the physical world, only getting what is obviously around us. So people think that they're not psychic, or they're afraid to be intuitive. That's your stuff. So we're going to clear that stuff today over the next couple of days, because it really will change your life when you really start to accept this and start to utilize this. So my hope is over the next couple of days you have a deeper understanding of your intuitive senses, that you feel more comfortable being intuitive and utilizing that, and that you have some fun with it, because it's time for us to stop fighting who we are. Absolutely. Let's see. Good morning, Rona and Allison. Great to be here. Definitely. Morning, Julie. Morning, Jason and Shuna and Claire. Thank you all so much for being here. Yes. So what we're going to do is, in just a minute, we will start to do the breathing, and then I'll take a couple of minutes to talk through a bit more about our topic for today. So make sure you've got some water, make sure you've got a scarf or a blanket so that you're nice and comfortable, so that your body can really just settle in and ease into this. So we'll do a couple minutes of breathing. So you can set some intentions with the breathing and the meditation. If there are specific things for you that you would like to resolve, heal, let go of, whatever, however you want to phrase that, set those intentions. If you have physical stuff going on with your eyes, definitely set the intention that those things resolve today or this week. Because, again, we're just energy. So whatever's happening physically is a result of our emotional and energetic states. So even if it's been going on for years, it can still change. So any physical things going on, any emotional stuff going on with your eyes, anything that you just know intuitively is there that you would like to release, definitely set those intentions. Tracy, my migraine's been getting worse since I started working on myself. I wonder, just because I'm scared I'm intuitive. That's a great question. I've blocked your intuition since early childhood. Yeah, most people are that way. A lot of people have spent a lot of time and energy and effort blocking it. And I know I certainly did that. And that's why I had the migraines. And the energy of migraines is a control energy. I'm going to stop this from happening. I'm going to stop myself from seeing this or hearing this or connecting with whatever's going on around me that I'm afraid of. So we're going to talk a lot today about being able to clear those fears so that you can receive that information and it not be overwhelming or scary or a problem for you. So migraines, it's always about that closing up, trying to control. So the more you can let go of that, the more you can relax into it and just allow yourself to be who and what you are, then that stuff will heal for sure. Morning, Irene. Katrina, back to work today, but hope to catch up. Yes, definitely. Sending lots of love. Hope work goes well. Right. So let's do a couple minutes of breathing. So if you want to close your eyes and just get comfortable wherever you're sitting or you're lying down, and just breathe at your own pace, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Nice deep breaths. And each time you breathe in more, and that air moves beyond your lungs, through your body, through your energy. And as you breathe out, you feel your body relaxing, feeling more calm, more centered, more present, more here. So allow that air to help center you, help you feel more alive, more present, more energized, but at the same time allowing your body to relax, to release any tension, any stress, any fear you've been holding on to. So keep taking nice, deep, full body breaths. Feel that breath going all the way down to your feet and all the way up to your head. And feel your chakras opening and breathing as well. So the energy centers within the body, breathing in and out with you. Again, breathing in a freshness, lightness. Breathing out any old emotion, any old tension, any old fear. And today I also want you to witness, even with your eyes closed, I want you to feel your eyes breathing as well. And you can include your third eye with that too if you want. So there's nice, fresh, clear air moving in and out of your eyes, light energy, just starting to get things moving for the meditation and the healing. And just notice how your eyes are feeling today. They have a specific temperature or size or color or shape. Just take a moment as you're breathing to recognize what's happening with your eyes. Breathe deep. Taking a couple nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, you just return your breathing to normal. You can open your eyes if you want, or if you can, if you want to keep them closed and just stay in that energy, you can. Absolutely, that's fine. Morning, Richard. Too many thoughts, no such thing. And sending energy up and grounding more. What I would say is when you really heal your stuff, you don't need to keep doing these processes and sending energy places and doing things like that. When you really heal this stuff, your energy just flows as it's meant to, as it naturally does, if you don't have a lot of stuff getting in the way. So if those techniques work for you for now, great, but allow yourself to get to the point where you don't need to stay in those processes anymore, because you don't need to. Morning, Lorraine and April. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Right. So let's talk a little bit about the eyes and about intuitive sight. So I'm really briefly going to go through a couple things just to get you in a space of being able to process and understand this. And then as we go through the meditation, then we'll allow it to work its way through. So, the next couple of days, whenever we're working with senses, we are working with the nervous system. So there will be components of your physical nervous system that can receive some healing today, as well as your physical eyes, which is great. We're going to have fun with that. And the things that come up over and over again with the nervous system and with sight are things like truth. There's a lot of stuff around truth with the nervous system. And there's a difference between truth and your perspective or your perceptions or your filters that you have created over time through your experiences, through things that you've created or that have happened to you or that you've allowed to happen. There's a big difference from that. And now, obviously, we live our lives to learn. We're here to learn and experience new things. But oftentimes what can happen is when we experience something that's painful or traumatic, something that we, didn't enjoy, that didn't work for us in some levels, we can start to perceive that in a way that creates a filter, and it filters our world. It filters the way that we see things. So your filters are not truth. And if you are struggling with intuitive sight, if you're struggling with being able to see energetically, it's your filters that are getting in the way. If you are unable to sense something intuitively on any level, it is just your filters getting in the way. It's not that you can't do it or that it's too hard or you don't have the skill. It's just your stuff. So I'm going to encourage you today to really allow yourself to surrender your filters and surrender the things that you believe about the world that probably aren't true. Because truth is truth is truth. It just is. And we all come from truth. We all have access to truth. And so truth is not anything that can be hideable or hidden away. Truth is not anything that you can change or alter. Truth is what it is. Now, you can have your perspectives and perceptions about truth, but that is just your stuff. Those are just your beliefs. That is you allowing the past to filter and color your present. So, again, if you want to set the intention that you surrender the untruths in your life, that you surrender the things that you thought you were afraid of seeing, if you want to surrender the suffering and the pain that you've been holding that has created filters and distorted your view, then today is the day to do that. We're going to have some more time over the next few days with the hearing and feeling to do that as well. So if you feel like you need a couple days for that, then that is absolutely fine. But just allow yourself to let the untruths resolve, let that stuff release. Absolutely. It will make a big difference. So, also things around boundaries can come up for people. So boundary issues definitely come up with the nervous system and being able to set boundaries in your life. So some things around that might come up today, which are good for you to resolve. So just allow yourself to see what comes up. Allow yourself to recognize what's there. And so taking a couple nice deep breaths and just take a moment and feel into the energy of your eyes. And just take a moment and notice what is happening with your eyes at the moment. We're just going to take a moment to feel that energy there. And just notice if that energy is feeling stuck, if it's feeling, heavy, or if it feels like there's a flow of energy. Because the reality is there should be a flow. So you can open up your eyes again and breathe into that. So in terms of your nervous system and your senses, we are in this energetic world. We're in this part of this physical world as well. And we are receiving information all the time. And we're meant to. We're meant to receive. We're meant to interact. We're meant to be a part of this. We're not meant to be separate. We're not meant to be bubbled off. We're not meant to be trying to stop ourselves from interacting with the world around us and being part of this plane and this dimension, this energy. So we have this capacity, we have these incredible senses to be able to sense what is happening within us and around us. So if you can get to the point where you can allow that to happen without feeling overwhelmed, without feeling like it's difficult or too much for you, or without feeling like it's going to hurt you, then what that does is it allows you to perceive truth. You get the whole picture, not just bits and pieces of it. Because if you start blocking out things that you feel offended by, that you feel scared of, then you do not get the whole truth. You don't get the whole picture of what's happening in your life. So intuition is really about truth. Your intuitive senses are your capacity to connect with and perceive truth and understand the truth of the world. Your fears are what get in the way of that. Your misunderstandings, your old trauma and pain and old emotion are the things that get in the way of that. So the invitation for today is to welcome truth into your life and to allow your eyes, to allow your intuitive sight to be able to see and know the truth of anything. So we're going to heal some stuff around our perceptions and judgments around light and dark and good and evil, because those are just judgments. They're just perceptions. And they create filters for whatever it is that you're looking at. We're also going to do some work to release the past so that you can see the present and see the future and actually see the truth about the past that's come before, instead of the trauma and the pain that have created the filters over what you remember. And, the eyes can hold on to a lot of old emotion and pain. So a lot of sadness and sorrow, a lot of old unprocessed or uncried tears. The eyes can really hold on to a lot of that. So again, if you're holding all that emotion there, it is filtering your view. So we're going to take some time to really go in and clear out the energy of the eyes so that you have clean windows to look through or clear energy to allow this information to come in from the world around you. Yes, so I think that's us. If there's any questions or anything? No. Great. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the meditation in just a minute. So if you want to get yourself comfortable, have a drink of water if you haven't had any before. If you can lie down without falling asleep, that's fine. If you're going to fall asleep, stay sitting up. Because it is good to consciously hear the meditation as well. Because when you process on a conscious and a subconscious level, it goes on much deeper levels. So So taking a couple nice deep breaths, I can already feel the energy starting to build. Oh, Julie, yes. So set the intention that all that stuff heals today. Just let it heal. Whatever the history has been, it can change. Eyes are really actually easy to heal. So allow that to happen. Allow more truth in, will allow that pain to go. So everybody taking a couple nice deep breaths. Get comfortable, get warm. And I want you to start in your heart. Let's just take a moment to go into your heart and allow yourself to just feel nice and centered and nice and present. And I want you to breathe love into your body. So if you want to breathe it into your heart and feel it start to radiate out. So every time you breathe in, there's more love. And every time you breathe out, you're breathing out resistance. Breathing in love and peace. Breathing out conflict. Breathing in truth. Breathing out untruth and judgment. So just take a moment and tune into the energy of your nervous system. And even if you don't know what it looks like, that's okay. You know what it feels like. And just get a sense of how your nervous system feels right now. Keep taking nice deep breaths into it. Most people right now, their nervous system is a bit on edge. So breathe into it and allow it to feel more at peace, more calm, and more light. So your nervous system is the communicator within your body, one of the great communicating systems. It's full of connections, allowing you to receive information, to process it, and respond. So just get a sense of how healthy that feels for you right now, how well that communication is going through. And you don't have to force anything in that energy. It's not a pushing or a difficult process. Your body knows how to do it. It's why your nervous system exists. So breathe deep into your nervous system and feel that energy flow with grace. And just take a moment and imagine what it could be like if you just allow that information to flow without any hindrance, without any fear, without any limitation. Just imagine the possibilities. Breathe deep into that. You are an infinite being, and your nervous system can process infinite thoughts, feelings, information. You're the fastest supercomputer on the planet. So feel your nervous system working. And recognize how easy it is for it to work that well. You already know how to process every bit of information that comes in easily, gracefully, with a lightness and a flow. So allow yourself to be unlimited as you are in that. Just continuing to release any resistance, any part of you that's trying to slow it down, any part of you that's afraid. Breathe into that and feel that change now. Feel that through your whole body. That capacity for that information to flow. And feel comforted and comfortable in that. So take a deep breath. Bring yourself up to your eyes. Just take a moment to sit in the energy of your eyes. And without judgment, just allow yourself to get a feel, some insight, some clarity into the energy that's there. So your eyes are part of your capacity to process your sight, what you see, to perceive the light that's around you, the color. Helps you perceive depth and distance. Your eyes are part of your focus, your clarity, your capacity to see near and far, both in this world, but also through time, the past, the present, and the future. So just get a sense of, in this moment, how healthy your eyes are physically, emotionally, energetically. how much information you're allowing them to take in. Even with them closed, they're taking in lots of information. And what you allow your eyes to do, that psychic vision to do for you. Just get a sense. Now take a nice deep breath. I want you to allow yourself to connect with the physical components of your eyes. So your eyelids, the blinking that happens to wash your eyes, to clear things away. To your eyeballs themselves, the components of that. So your lens, the parts of your eyes that allow light to come through, that perceive the light, that perceive the color. The movement of your eyes within your head. And also the nerves that run back into your brain, that feed that information through for you to process. So just get a sense of the physical health of your eyes. And anywhere that physically there may be issues with that continuity, with that flow of information. I want you to ask your eyes, or ask the nerves, what it is that you need in order for them to heal. And there could be some physical things that you need, or it might be more of an emotional clarity, more about understanding. So just take a moment to chat with your eyes and the nerves. See or hear or feel what they have to say. Whatever positive things that you are getting, that you're receiving, allow yourself to receive them. Take a deep breath. Feel that energy of your eyes shift. Let's take a moment to breathe deep. Feel your physical eyes feeling healthier, feeling lighter. Feeling better within your body. And now tune into the emotional components of your eyes. And feel what's happening emotionally in that space in your body. So a lot of people may feel the energy of uncried tears. There may be old sadness or sorrow. It could be anger, irritation, inflammation. It can be trauma and pain, things you witnessed in the past. You may be holding a sense of overwhelm of everything that there is to witness in this world. There can be old fear from things that scared you before. Let's take a moment and allow those emotions and feelings to talk to you. Take a moment to feel them, a moment to hear them. Allow yourself to see them. They cannot hurt you. They are from the past. They can't do anything again. But if you listen to them, if you see them, and if you accept their wisdom, you can grow and heal. So ask those old emotions what positive messages they have for you. What positive insight have you been trying to see? What positive action could you take if you allowed yourself to see those avenues, those paths before you? And as you receive that insight, feel the energy in your eyes start to change. And as that old suffering, the old pain, the old sadness changes, as that heals, imagine what it would be like if you could feel joy from the things that you see. You could feel happiness from the things you witness. What if you really allowed yourself to see the beauty of the world? Instead of judging the things that you deemed as painful or wrong. So allow yourself to witness all that light in your eyes. The clarity of emotion, feeling, and of sight. Just feel the energy of your eyes opening. Breathe into it, nice and gentle. Take a moment and allow yourself to see the energy of your eyes. Breathe into it. This is part of where we process and understand our dreams, our imagination, our ability to plan, to see the horizon, to see the future. And a deep part of our creation, our ability to create. Our eyes are connected with that soul awareness of who we really are, of our purpose and what we're here to do. But if you're afraid of all of that, you stop yourself from living it clearly, visibly, and wholly. So take a moment and feel into that energy of you as a soul, of you as a divine being, and all the reasons why you're here having a human experience. Notice what fears come up. Notice the doubts and the hesitation. Go deeper into those fears. And recognize that they are not true. Fear is never true. So all the fears and the lies and the untruths that have been creating filters have gotten in the way of you seeing the truth, let them change, resolve, release now. And all the judgments you've made about yourself, those judgments about who you thought you were, who you thought you were supposed to be. Your judgments are not true. So allow yourself to connect with those judgments. They cannot hurt you. And allow them to change. Whatever judgments and perspectives you've created about yourself, about others, about the world around you, allow those filters to fall away. It's those judgments that are keeping you from the love that you want. It's those perceptions that are stopping you from fully experiencing joy. And they're not even real. They're not even true. So let them go. And all those barriers that you've created to try to protect yourself that have been getting in the way, that have been stopping your growth, stopping your exploration, that have been getting in the way of your transformation. I want you to allow them to change, to fall down, to come apart. You don't need those barriers. You don't need that protection. The truth can never hurt you. So allow yourself to see it. And allow that truth to strengthen you. To expand your love and compassion and care. Allow yourself to really see truth. Allow yourself to see truth in your life. And as you see truth, recognize the freedom that it invites in. Welcome the wisdom that it brings. Embody the understanding that it gives you. And as you see and feel and embody the truth, allow yourself to release the past. Those old stories, the old paradigm, and all those filters that went with it. And as you allow yourself to recognize and witness truth, Feel your nervous system and your eyes adjust. Feel the peace and the strength, connection, and the flow as you see truth, as you see yourself and other people, and as you see life for what it really is, not what you've perceived in the past. And anything that's been getting in the way of that, allow yourself to surrender it now. And imagine yourself having a higher perspective in life, being able to see the highest truth, not just bits and pieces. All of it. Allow yourself to have the courage, the integrity, and the honor and respect. Breathe deep into that. And imagine what life would be like if you always allowed yourself to see the highest truth. And instead of getting caught up in right and wrong and good and evil, you simply allowed yourself to witness the truth of what was happening. And imagine if you made your choices based on truth instead of old fears and trauma. And imagine what life would be like if you allowed yourself to see the present and to see what you could create in the future as you engage with truth. And everything that you felt you've been afraid to see within yourself or others, the world, your life, whatever you've been turning a blind eye to, whatever you've been ignoring. Take a breath and feel the courage within you grow. Allowing yourself to see the whole truth and choosing your life based off of that. Because when you choose and see and witness truth, your life is aligned, it's honest, it's whole, and it leads you down the path of authentic being, living a life of true purpose. See that path within you and before you now. So allow that energy of truth to flow through your whole body, through every system, every cell. Allow yourself to see that within you. Allow yourself to feel that through your whole physical body, in your breath, feel it in your heartbeat. Feel your physical body really embodying truth, the ability to see. Take a couple nice deep breaths. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And just take a moment and notice what's different with your physical sight. Notice if you can see colors more clearly. Notice if you can see more light. Notice if there's more clarity in your sight, and the depth and the focus. It might be subtle, it might be more. So if there were any insights that came through, any healing that you want to share with the group, or any questions that came up, please feel free. We'd be really happy to hear from you. That's big stuff. That feels really good. So what I would encourage you to do today is maybe have a look at the things in the areas in your life that you've been afraid to look at, the things in your life you've been avoiding addressing, things that you've been, it's kind of that thing of turning a blind eye to. And meditate with it, sit with it, and notice what fears come up. The reality is, again, is that fears are not true. Fear is always just a lack of understanding. So if you keep asking to see the truth of that situation, then you'll get more information, more clarity, and it will be easier to move forward, to make a decision, to make a choice, to take that next step. Your fear is all that's getting in the way of you having the life that you really want. If you're listening to fear, you're listening to the wrong stuff. So always ask for truth. If it feels heavy, if it feels dense, if it feels stuck, there's fear in it. Truth is light. Truth has flow to it. Yeah. So allow yourself to see truth, for sure. Oh, Caroline, I feel a lot of pressure release. Good. Yeah, we often hold so much there in that area. So feeling pressure release is great. Thank you too, Kirsty. Thanks for joining us. So over the next couple days, again, we'll still be connecting in with the nervous system. We're going to connect tomorrow with your ability to hear. So again, that may be some physical stuff for you. But that the physical is always just a reflection of the energetic and emotional. So we'll have a look at the fears and things that get in the way of our capacity to hear truth and hear what's happening around us. You guys are going to have some fun. For a lot of people, the hearing is the big one. A lot of people have a lot of fear of hearing. So definitely be here tomorrow to clear any stuff around that. Thank you too, Jan. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Allison. Yes, and get out into, if the sun is shining where you are, then please get out into it, get some light, see some colors. Allow yourself to see more depth, allow yourself to see farther maybe than you're used to seeing. more definition, more clarity. Just see what you can allow, and keep setting the intention that you can see more and see more and see more. Yeah, that will make a big difference for you. Oh, good, Julie. So not seeing double as intense, only very lightly. Good. So allow that to continue today. Allow that healing, because the healing is still integrating. It's still settling in. So if there's still a little bit to go, then set the intention that it just continues today, and let your eyes start to adjust to the physical stuff that you're doing. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Elsa and Claire. Yeah, working with eyes is so much fun, and working with this intuitive senses is the best. It's my favorite. Yeah, Lorraine, that's cool. Sight works with liver, which is the planner. Yeah, so there's definitely a connection between the eyes and the liver. But again, when you clear your stuff, they both sort themselves out. Yeah, Julie, amazing. Pure grace. Thank you. Yeah, you guys are too. If you're here, you are too. So thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to witness. But y'all are doing some deep, deep, deep healing right now. It's time. The world's ready for it. Thank you, Allison. You have a great day too. Yes, so I'll be back tomorrow. If you have any questions or anything comes up, in the meantime, you can comment here, just tag me to make sure I get it, or you can send a private message through this page. I'm really happy to hear from you, and anything that comes through. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.